Good afternoon on what is a cold, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday, November the 30th, and I'm in the reading Nook with a nice cup of tea and a parcel to continue unboxing. And what I've got in here is these. Which are part of the World of the Unknown series, published in the late 70s by Usborne Books. And for a person of a certain age, such as myself, who grew up in the 1970s, these would have been their first exposure to subjects such as monsters and UFOs and ghosts in books specifically written for that age group. This would have spurred many a young reader's interest in, in monsters, in science fiction, and in ghosts and horror, and of course with that one. So it's great to actually have them. We've been out of print for a very long time, but it's great to actually have them back in print, because they're fondly remembered. So let's have a look at the World of the Unknown, UFOs. Beings from outer space, space bases on the moon inside a flying saucer, UFOs versus jet fighters, the amazing story of flying saucers. This book is for anyone who has ever heard of mysterious noises overhead, seen strange lights in the night sky, or wondered about the existence of alien life on other faraway worlds. Tales of UFOs existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years, stretching back to monks in their monasteries and perhaps to the Mayans and ancient Egypt. Many of those UFO encounters are described here. You will read about rogue rockets, flying saucers, sightings in space, supersonic pursuits, goblins, green men, and many more. This book also examines famous fakes, as well as man-made objects and natural phenomena that can explain away some, but not all, of these phantom flyers. And there are ideas for how you too can start hunting for UFOs. First published in 1977, this was one of the very first books from Usborne, and then a brand new publisher that set out to revolutionize the world of children's books. It lived on in bookshelves, in bedrooms and libraries, thrilling its young readers with the mysteries of space and igniting their curiosity with the possibility of alien life. After 20 years, the world moved on, and the World of the Unknown series went out of print, but it wasn't forgotten. The books lived on in the memories of a generation, and when the readers of the 1970s and 80s grew up, they wanted them back. First came ghosts, now UFOs. Usborne is still leading the way in creating books that spark children's imagination and curiosity, so we're proud to resurrect this series for a new generation of readers. And the amazing thing is, you remember these, and I remember them sort of like being slightly bigger and slightly thicker, but then I've grown since, so nevertheless, inside we have some basically first examples of sightings, and credits and contents page, description of what the book is about, and then get into describing what a UFO is, saucers and weird sort of dish bowls there, or even a flying iron. Come on, and various shapes that they can take, such as the flying cigars, and then we have UFOs in history. So we are talking about pyramids, the statues on Easter Island, strange figures, from Aztec and Mayan mythology and history. And so we've got quite a bit of history there, with 600 years of UFO spotting. I think so. Essentially, this is the period of Eric Van Daniken's, Aztec ancient astronauts and that sort of thing. So here we have, Target Earth, discussing why the places around the world that have been targeted by UFOs. Nice little map of possible sightings and hotspots there. And of course, remember that the UFOs sort of like are really strong in the imagination. It would so strong it would lead to sort of like a series like the X-Files, and there are other series before that, like the Blue Book series of sort of like the late 70s. but whole movies, especially B movies in the 50s and then into the early 60s of UFO sightings and that sort of thing. And of course, we've got the big famous film of the time was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So, exactly here we have Close Encounters. You know what are the signs that a UFO has landed? And Project Blue Book, you know, which is a project by the United States Air Force to debunk UFO sightings. And then we have Scramble UFO. This is the military reaction to unidentified flying objects. You know, scrambling fast supersonic jets to investigate these unknown objects. And sightings in space. Got some great illustrations there of you know, you've got a Mercury or Gemini capsule there. And then it's looking at the other thing, odd aircraft, and these are actual, you know, aircraft that did fly, not necessarily very well, but yeah, there was a lot of experimentation during the 50s and 60s with types of lifting bodies, not all of them successful. You know, the search for that flying wing. Yeah. Anyway, then we move on to UFOs on screen. So we've got the famous ones from the George Powell film, early 50s, War of the Worlds. You know, H.G. Wells' adapted story to attacking, invading California, including a scene with an actual flying wing bomber dropping a bomb on these to no effect. And then we've got a you don't have a picture of the Enterprise, but we do have a Klingon D7 battle cruiser from Star Trek. And of course the famous tripods from War of the Worlds. And then we've got, you know, there's a guide on how to make yourself a UFO and fly that. And then how to hunt for UFO, how to fake a UFO. And then phenomena that can be mistaken for UFOs. Possibility of life in outer space. And, you know, talk about where these aliens might come from, and what it would take with, you know, we're talking about technology there of the 70s and sort of like the theories, you know, of what means that you know, an alien a visitor might use to reach the planet Earth from another solar system, from someone. Basically, the amazing world of UFOs and a dictionary of ufology there at the end. And then a guide to going further, vastly out of date, of course, 40 years out of date. And then War of the Unknown advert for the further books in the series. So, I think that's a you know, fantastic dose of nostalgia. A look back to something we were read when we were you know, impressionable young fans of the unknown and the unexplained back in the late 70s. So yeah, the World of the Unknown, all about UFOs. Well, I hope you enjoyed that unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below, and of course thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, or in this case a big dose of nostalgia, which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.